It's the lesson with Mr. Clark on Lake Effect Radio.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right, all right, all right.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me in the front and in the back? What's up, people? This is Mr. Clark in the studio with Mr. Gio. And you're back for episode 6 of the Lesson Radio Show, where we talk about the weekly current events, celebrity gossip, and whatever just came off the top of my head, and we try to talk about it analytically, and we crack jokes and all that other good jazz. How you doing, Mr. Gio? How was your week?
My week sucked. My furnace went out. But it's good to be back here.
Well, that's good. We're happy to be able to brighten your day by having something to make Mondays cool again. And I was like, my whole week is just the bomb now. Like, Monday is cool. You know, Tuesday is getting us close to Friday. Wednesday is hump day. Thursday is pre-Friday, and I work at a college. And then Friday is Friday. So, hey, we're looking good all week.
Well, hey, man, I work at a college, too. And every day is the same. Every day. Until you get to Saturday, and you don't have to go.
Oh, wow. Thursday is like pre-Friday. I'm just leave it there.
Gotcha.
But not to do too much B-roll, if that's what you want to call it. We're going to jump straight into teachable moments where I probably should apologize, but I'm not, because I think there's more to be said about this topic. So, the Kaylani, Kyrie, Irving, Chris Brown party next door situation has grown since we last spoke. So
could you fill me in on what has happened since? Because I got what happened initially, and after that, like, I kind of let it go because then the Cavs had to play and I had to see Kyrie on the floor. So
right,
like,
true.
fill me in.
Okay, so initially we had Mr. Party Next Door, who is an artist of Drake's under the OVO umbrella, right?
I don't know who that is, but I got you. It's a music group.
There's a little backstory. Who was the ex-boyfriend of our dear Kaylani, who is a music artist and R&B artist, a new R&B artist, you have you. I can't I should have Googled a song of hers. I'm sure she has one that gets radio play that I listen to.
Everybody on Twitter said they're breakup songs. How ironic. They're all breakup songs.
Which is probably why I can't name one off the top of my head, because I can't stand that sad sack. I don't need nobody, don't nobody need me. I hate that music. I love me some K. Michelle, but she can keep her whole last CD. But this new CD seems like it's going to be like really uplifting and about a lot of different things other than that sad sack Mary J. Blige music. So let's all support Kay, because she had a couple of interviews that didn't go right, but we're not talking about that Kay. We talking about Kaylani, so let's stick
That's
it there.
That's one beautiful woman from the neck down.
K. Michelle?
Yes.
You so stupid. You so stupid. Anywho, so Kaylani got caught up with her ex-boyfriend Party Next Door on Instagram directly after posting multiple pictures, like I'm so in love pictures, on Instagram with Kyrie Irving, which started backlash like the world has never seen for someone so new. I guess she just underestimated how famous he actually was and how famous she was not, so she can pull those stunts on him.
Who, Kyrie Irving?
Yeah. Like, you can't play with him like that. He's a little too famous, and it's not gonna turn out well for you. You're not famous enough to cheat on him.
I don't like her now because she messed with Kyrie. She might be messing with our playoff hopes.
You messing with our percentages, our shooting averages over there.
Look, Kyrie had a horrible game after that happened.
So she allegedly, I'm gonna leave it there, attempted suicide, where her who caused all the problems ex-boyfriend was able to save her. I'm not necessarily sure how that happened. And in the days following, there has been a tremendous turnaround for her, where she was getting called a skank and a score.
A score?
I can't say the other words, so I made my own, so people would know what I was talking about.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Where they were calling her that, she used this PR
Oh, I
Not
get it. A
stunt.
score. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Took a minute, but I got it.
Turn that around. And she is still in cahoots with her ex-boyfriend who kind of caused all this issue. And certain people, certain media outlets are saying, like, she don't even understand the severity of what he tried to do to her, because in essence, they believe that she could have been asleep while that picture was taken and posted.
Well, yeah, he was holding her hand when that happened.
So there's no telling if she was actually awoke. So he kind of caused this issue for you, and here you are still giving him credit for saving your life. So that's one half of the story.
That was to me when I saw the picture with the guy. You say the whole thing, party next door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a person. When I saw that, I said, "Man, it's crazy that the caption said he pretty much saved my life, and he's bending over the hospital bed rail, but." You're not supposed to know who he is until you see like the PND on his hat.
You don't see who he is. All you see is him advertising.
It's too good. It's too good. It's just too good to be true to me.
Advertising during a tumultuous moment in her life. He's using that as a.
And that's when I was like, okay, it seems just a little bit too good, too perfect.
How smart are we? Just from her standpoint, like. Whatever, moving right along. Anyways, Chris Brown has decided to chime in, and he continued to dog her long after her alleged publicity stunt. And I was laughing in agreement, but he ain't had to go as hard as he went. But that has caused some feminist backlash from the likes of Zendaya and that group. And he proceeded to go on and say, I didn't need their help making songs. They needed mine. They called me. So Chris don't give up. And he can continue not to give.
Chris Brown is his own man, right? So, right on, Chris Brown.
I'm not agreeing with him as a person. But I'm agreeing with his views. But, of course, he would have them. I mean, it's Chris. So.
Well, there was also, and I know we're going along on this, but there was somebody else I saw actually make a comment about this, and this was Miss Corinne Steffens.
I was like, where did you come?
Did you see that? She's
having issues of her own, so she really should have been quiet. But what did she say? I didn't necessarily read it because I didn't feel like she had the right.
We're bothering this girl because she wanted to mess with whoever she wanted to mess with. She should be able to mess with whoever she wants, and not
she should
not
be able
those
to be
words,
a slore and nobody care about it.
A slore.
Yeah.
Oh man, you were super creative.
Keep coming off the top of the head with them. This is my job today.
It's like super creative, but yes, you are correct, and that's what and not those words either. I can't say those on the air, but that's pretty much what she said. And then I know that this sucks that Mr. Gio is not usually on social media, but I am for this one. And then she was putting out Mr. Columbus short for the same reason.
Exactly.
Very
so I'm like,
there.
You got your own stuff happening, and you're putting him on Front Street for it in a similar fashion that Kaylani was put on Front Street. And in one essence, you're defending her and defiling him. Can you go, Miss Corinne? You done wrote 4 books, so I know you intelligent. What
didn't she have like a very infamous nickname as well?
Yeah.
We won't say that here, but you get it.
She's very talented. She's a superhero of sorts.
I'd like to meet her. Come save me. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
You're in distress, Gio. You can use those.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I can have so many jokes. You don't understand. I was cracking up because I had like 4 good ones. Can't even mess with it.
Oh man, we'll talk about that when we get out there.
After show. So that was that. So my question to you, and I guess the lesson is: are you gonna allow an ex to interrupt your current situation? And if you are, what does that say about you and how much you value yourself opposed to this relationship? Are you glamorizing something that shouldn't necessarily be glamorized? And are you going to expect us all to carry along with you? Because we're not. That is my question. And to add on to that, and I'm tired of, look, I want to say this. I just want to put this out there because I don't think people understand, and you are looking stupid, and I don't think you have friends who will let you know. I'm tired of seeing Facebook posts about how much you love your ex, or how much you'll never find another love like them, and then in the very next instance, maybe a day or a couple hours later, you're looking for, I'm so lonely, I need company. Why would anyone self-respecting put themselves in a situation where they know for a fact they will never be valued like the person you can't get with from your past? Explain that to me. I need y'all to stop it. Celebrity and non-celebrity, the like. Don't nobody want nobody who's tainted. Don't nobody want nobody who can't get over themselves. Don't nobody want nobody who can't get over somebody else. Cut it out. And it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And if you're on my Facebook and you know you've done it, I'm talking directly to you because I'm sick of it. You make me laugh. I'm like, ain't nobody checking for you. Should nobody ever be checking for you? Because this side piece, who would essentially be the main piece, if they were to ever decide they wanted you back, would be an issue. Why would I sign up for issues?
Well, hey, I'm not on your Facebook, okay?
Okay.
I mean, it was never me.
No.
It was never me. Mm-mm. But I completely agree with you. You know, there's a reason why somebody is your quote-unquote ex, you know. It didn't work out.
No.
It did not work out.
And how could they still be the love of your life and you not with them? And if they are the love of your life, shouldn't you be spending your time trying to get with them opposed to have company in the meantime? Because that ain't going to do nothing but cause issues for a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of people you can't play like that.
Well, the reason why they're the ex is because they obviously weren't worth fighting for. Because for me, I don't have that much experience in relationships, but I do believe that
I'm a person, so I have feelings.
You have feelings, but
so I can get it.
I don't like to waste my time.
Right.
And so if I'm with you, that means that I'm supposed to be there for a while. There's not really much that I'm going to do to, cut myself off from you. So if we're together, I'm going to make sure we work together to make it work. Now, if it's not worth it and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not feeling this. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel, and that's where it's at, then of course that's where we're going to be ex, and we'll probably be friends, but that's about it.
I don't even believe in that.
I mean, hey, I said I ain't had no experience. I'm trying to. This is television. I'm trying to help out.
Technical, fill in the blanks. I'm hypotheticals around here.
There might be some female listeners out there. You know what I mean? I have to have a heart, Jermaine.
Yeah.
Come on, man, Mr. Clark.
We do. Which kind of brings us. So that was my teachable moment. Like, please, people, please let the lessons you learned that caused you to break up with the person be those same lessons that prevent you from getting back with them. Like, don't get taught a lesson more than once. That's kind of counterintuitive to life. But to move on to a different teachable moment that we kind of have, and I don't know how long we're going to talk about this because I don't really have no real inputs. I kind of wanted to see what you guys thought about it. I know how I feel because perception of a situation and what the actual situation is are two totally different things. And since we were on the topic of exes and news, I was going for chaser versus the chased and dating strategies, right? And we have Mr. Gio in the studio with us, and he had a pre-show comment that was like, oh, that'd be perfect for that scenario. So Mr. Gio is dating or considering dating someone with a child.
It's over now. Okay. I give you.
Did you want to be that person though? Was I supposed to say
fine.
that it was you, or was I supposed to say that it was a friend of Mr. Gio's? Because a friend of Mr. Gio's, it could be too.
It doesn't bother me at all. You know, there's so many calamities that happen in my life, and I find them quite humorous. But this is actually a serious question because I've been noticing lately that a lot of people have kids these days. Like people of our age demographic.
I saw a baby announcement like 30 minutes ago. But go ahead.
Half of the people in my college class have kids now.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Interesting. I was like, ain't none of us making that much money, but whatever.
I know damn well a lot of people aren't making that much money, and the list says I can say that, but. Listen.
You saw me check. I'm like, whoa. Oh, no, we good. Go ahead.
Yes, indeed. But, so anyway, to give you a little backstory, I was in, 2 weeks ago, I went to the casino with my family. Now, a lot of you people don't know much about me, but I don't like to drink, and I don't like to gamble. So why was I going to the casino? The camaraderie, of course. Anyway, I don't want to gamble, so I'm looking up. I'm a people watcher. So I'm looking at the game. Like they have like different sports channels on television above the bar. So, naturally I gravitated to the bar. And I sit down and I'm looking at the game. I'm talking to these old people because that's what they had there were old people. And
why ain't no youth night at the casino?
They need to have something like that. It's insane.
Cause I might stop up. Ooh, when I go with my grandmother. When I go,
see,
when I go up there, I'm like, dang, it would sure be nice if they had a young people section. But moving right along, Mr. Gio.
So I sat at the bar, and like I said, I'm talking to these old people, and the bartender comes by, and I'm like, well, wow, like she is fine. I need to talk to her, right?
All right.
So
he's gonna chase. Exactly.
That's what, and this is the kicker right here.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're talking, and I'm chopping it up with her, these two drunk men, they came by and they started talking to her. So I was like, all right, I see, I'm getting like all the information I need. Like they're just talking, and I find out she's 25 years old. I'm like, that's a bet. She's good looking. I need to get her number. So I do get her number. Like, all right. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you a call. She says, yeah, text me. So I text her, and she follows me on Instagram. And what do I see? I see two beautiful little girls.
Okay.
Like, and I see more, like over 100 pictures.
Two, count them. Two. Where is that from? That's from some episode of SpongeBob. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, man, it was insane. Like, oh man, and I found out she has, twin little girls.
Oh, okay.
So
that don't count.
It doesn't count, but they're still
but
two.
But it does. It is still two.
And I'm like, oh man, do I keep this going? Because like honestly, I'm not ready to be anybody's father or father figure or anybody's. Like I keep telling everybody, I won't even share my remote at night. You think I'm going to have something to do with kids? No. So my thing is like, what do I do? Do I like continue to pursue her or not? And then that's where the whole thing with chaser and the chase thing comes in. Is like, I don't want to be a chaser and have to come into this type of situation. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough. That is really tough. As opposed to being the one who's being chased, you don't have to deal with that because I know what set of priorities and different scenarios that I'm in, so, and I can, pretty much shut down or keep things going the way I want them to. So do you prefer being the chaser or the chasee?
Was that a question to me or in general?
In general and to you.
Yeah. So I think I consider myself a little bit of both, right?
I need to be on the other side, the chased.
Don't we all? I think subtly, because this is not a masculine, feminine world anymore. There's no set gender roles as there used to be, where if you were a male, you were definitely going to be the chaser, and if you're a female, you were definitely going to be chased. So,
well, why can't more females chase me then?
I know, right?
Jeez.
I guess it's directly related to this is me being introspectively my introspective knowledge. So these are the things that I've kind of, dang, I didn't even bring. These are the things. Oh, that's gonna be bad. I need this not to die. It'll be all right. I'll live. So
but it'll die.
I know, right? So introspectively, right? So I'm saying that the thing, you asked me a question and I'm not even answering that question. So I consider myself a little bit of both. I chase, but I chase as in like in a baiting type of way, so that I can get chased. If that makes sense. So like
expound, man, expound.
Okay, let's see. You know how like a hunter will leave small little tokens for maybe a small animal to come get and then trap it later. But in essence, are you really chasing the animal, or are you allowing the trinkets to allow the animal to come to you? So
I see. Right on.
So things I do is I'm definitely going to give you more attention than everybody else around you. Like, you're going to know out of the group you're special. You should, because I'm going to pay more attention to you. I'm going to ask maybe questions that let you know I want to know more about you. Like, hey, I see you're interested in this, that, and the third. And I'm not going to ask the other people around you. Like, I don't care what they got going on outside of this. I care about what you got going on outside of this. So in that, you should know you're special. But I've been told that I don't seem like I like anybody, or like I'm just always aloof or in my own little world. So I don't know how good my strategies are in concept, in relation to perception, but whatever. So another thing I might do is show you that I care about your future. So I'm going to kind of keep you abreast of things you should know as far as your career or things you said you wanted to do. I'm going to definitely make sure you know about those things. And what else will I do? I try to create opportunities for you to show you want to be around me. Like, oh, I'm doing this, but I can't go because I'm by myself. Oh, nice. So leaving opportunities for a person or for a suitor to capitalize on those opportunities. So in a way, I'm chasing because I'm creating those opportunities for you, but in a way, I'm allowing myself to be chased because I'm not going to twist your arm. I'm going to just create opportunities for things to work, and if things don't work out of those opportunities, then I don't know. I'm soft in that way. Like I can't explicitly be like, I like you, let's do stuff. I gotta be like, well, I'm trying to do this one thing. It sure would be nice if somebody would come with. I'm kind of corny like that.
You see what you got to do. See, that's too much. That's way too much.
That's too much thought. It'll get missed.
No, it probably. Hey, listen, you probably catch some good people. For me though, I'll be like, hey girl, what's good? To get your number. I'll call you sometime.
That's so much for me. So much.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
I know you don't.
Nope.
I've been out with him.
I wish I did though. Like, I'm so oblivious to what's going on.
Do you
it's
feel
not
like
even funny.
as a male you supposed to chase? Or do you know a guy who doesn't have to do that makes you go, well, why do I have to do it?
The thing is that nobody... I believe that I have to be the chaser. Mm-hmm. My success rate isn't as good as I want it to be. But, nobody's chasing me. The people who are chasing me are the people that I just don't want. You know what I mean? And I know that's very shallow Hal of me.
It always goes like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man.
Like, I don't want to be bothered. God, why can't somebody I value me? Why I gotta be,
But, I mean, hey, it's like, it's the value in that. I guess there's the best thing is like the person you have to go get, There was like this thing on Rocket Power. They said the fruit, the fruit that's the highest of the tree.
Can we take a brief pause before you? He said Rocket Power, people.
I look like
this
Otto
is
today.
millennial 90s popping right now for him to pull that as a point of reference. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, I look like Otto from Rocket Power right now with my hair, but.
I'm really about to answer the phone. Keep talking.
No, I mean, they say that the fruit that's at the highest part of the tree is the one that everybody would want. And so, I mean, shoot, the girl that I want is the one that I have to chase the most, because the one that I don't want and I have to go and get, might not be really what I want. I learned that when I dated a stripper. So, very tough, man. Very easy. Just saying. Jermaine, I heard he heard that story. Mr. Clark heard that.
I did know he dated a stripper, but the fact that he brought it up here was just like, okay, I guess you being that honest.
Hey, listen, the thing is, they've never seen my face. Have they seen my face?
Yes, it's recording us now.
Once again, can I use going back to my repertoire of, damn, hello, how you doing? Okay. All right, you didn't see my face. Let's move on.
Moving right along. So that's all we have for this week in Teachable Moments. I really would enjoy it if you guys gave us your input, because
you need to straighten up.
I know a lot of people my age, and I have those inputs, but I want to know how you people out there in social media world are living, because a lot of you seem to have increasingly more exciting lives than those of us who are just regular degular. Even though I'm doing this, I do consider myself very regular degular. So with that, I think I want to jump into August Alsina. what would you do, right? Because it's only appropriate. Hey, you guys, thanks for joining us for another episode. That was Tiana Taylor, Out of My League, and we're back now for financial literacy, where I'm going to be talking about a Bloomberg article that kind of piqued my interest, and I thought I should share it with you guys. It was titled, so it's Bloomberg.com if you want to check that out, Why More Students Are Leaving the U.S. for College. So this is our financial literacy, so why not talk about how we can cheapen that educational issue of debt in a way. You know, if Bernie doesn't win and come through on his promises, we need to create alternative methods of getting that thing done for cheap. So basically, the article was about a 21-year-old college senior who was actually returning home to the States from Germany, where he was studying German literature and German language, which kind of plays into why he probably ended up overseas. But anywho, they spoke to how he only spent $500 for 2 semesters, not one, but 2, so a year's worth of schooling. And that was at Humboldt and Die Freie University in Berlin. And in contrast, he actually spent $27,000 with financial aid for the same time period at Johns Hopkins. Now, we don't know the educational rigor or prestige of the school he attended in Berlin, but we do know he paid significantly less, and that actually speaks to what's happening universally, because the number of students enrolled in colleges outside of their countries actually risen since 1975 to 2012 by 463%. So, like, a lot of people have decided that the most cost-effective option as far as going to school will not happen in the country of their origin. So we're gonna do like a brain swap. It seems like almost, where a lot of people from overseas are going to get taught over here, and a lot of us might be considering being taught over there. What do you think, Gio?
I was just having a conversation about this with my boss a few days ago. And we were talking about my master's degree, and she says, you should go overseas. And I was like, I don't know about that. But then she says, no, you can get your master's for free.
Yeah.
You can go get a degree for free. And I'm like, I did some research into it, and I was like, this could be the move, if I decide to go and get my master's, because it's super expensive here. And, my bachelor's costs an arm and a leg as it is. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even go to, a big school. So I think it's a marvelous idea. One, it gives people exposure. You get to travel.
Exactly. The cultural exchange
yes.
that you can put a dollar amount on. And then,
like, have you ever been out of the continental United States, like in other countries?
I have. But
I understand what I'm saying.
It was through education.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so there's people like myself and maybe other people from my same neighborhood who hasn't, you know. So you've mentioned it to me.
Yeah, I'm rare in that effect, but keep going.
But your demographic, though.
Yes.
We don't. And so
right.
to go out there and be able to get an education for free, it's amazing. It's great that,
I had to pay for mine, so hey, how about that? There you go.
It's great being an American. Something is afforded to you on the other side of things, Right. Usually it's like, hey, you're an American.
You're an American, you gotta pay. Yeah.
So
opportunities where they offer it for free. So further
awesome.
down in that article, they actually went on to say 40 public and private colleges in the continental Europe offer free bachelor degrees taught in English to Americans. Okay. So and another additional 98 colleges ask tuition of under $4,000 per year. That's significantly cheaper than the out-of-state tuition for private universities average, which is $32,405 a year. So they not playing with us over there, but they want to play with us over there. They're not playing with us over here, but they do want to play with us over there, and they've made it cost effective for us to play that game with
What about housing? Do they cover that?
So that's not even necessarily a component, but I'm sure if they're comparing like numbers, that if it's included in one, it should be included in the other, and if it's not included in one, it's not included in the other.
I will go as long as I have a place to stay.
Well, you can figure for $4,000, you can figure the rest out.
Yeah.
For $500 per semester, you can figure the rest out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? Damn right. Okay.
But
Yes,
I was
indeed.
thinking about where it's at. I'm like Germany, and then I always associate Germany with kind of Russia, and
Oh, you
they
can't
be going
do
through
that.
their issues over there. And I'm
Germany is a very peaceful place these days.
I don't know. Whenever somebody get mad at you and they in their language go, you gotta be scared of them. Like across the board, Germany, all the different places. Like that's a different type
Shoot,
of
what
anger.
about here in America when you get a black woman
We
upset?
got some hawks in our words
She's
too.
gonna start clapping at you and shaking her head. Okay.
That's the danger I know. They always say the hood you know is better than the hood you don't. So everybody's scared of everybody else's hood.
Yes, indeed. Even in Germany.
Even in Germany. They did just like, I don't know, start a whole world war, but whatever. Anywho, because we're trying to convince you to go, not to not go. So
Go do it.
maybe consider that. I know I have in a couple different times, but if I was to do it, I would kind of want to do mine in, I don't know, like an Asian country, like Japan or China.
I've always wanted to go to Britain. Like, go to
UK?
England. Yeah, I've always wanted to go. Like,
I'll end up there. Probably not for school, but I'll go.
hey, you down with that, I'm going. You let me know. I got friends that I say, hey, you going to Japan, you let me know. You go to England, I'm down.
All right.
I'm going.
So I have a UK travel buddy now. We're going to take another musical break because that's kind of all we have there. And then we're going to kick into senior seminar where we have some touchy subjects and some not so touchy subjects. But you'll see about that after our break. All right. Love you for listening. Hey, you guys. That was Esperanza Spalding 1. And Mr. Gio was trying to break down her concepts for me, and I'm just not getting it right now.
Listen, do you like Rihanna? Because she was before that. Do you like her?
Yes.
Like, do you understand what she's
But
talking about in her
do-
music?
I do know what
Because
Rihanna...
it's
I do
overproduced.
I do know exactly what Rihanna
is
is talking about,
overproduced.
actually. And her titles
And-
actually lead
and
you
her
into
and
what
her
the song
music is
about.
too simplistic.
I don't think it is.
It's too simplistic.
We're not going to have a musical argument right
We'll
now.
talk about this
I'm
after
just
air.
saying they both made their way to my favorite, so there's room for both. Because how else would I have played Miss Esperanza Spalding if I didn't listen to both?
I'm gonna break it right now. Esperanza wrote that song, the entire thing. The music she's playing on it. What's Rihanna doing?
She curated the song,
Songwriters.
which is what Mr. Diddy has done himself.
Esperanza,
and
she
he
got-
is who's more famous in music.
You
than
look
Diddy.
on her Wikipedia page, and this has track list. Who wrote the song? It says Esperanza Spalding. She got like 6 other dudes. Pull it up.
Okay, cool beans. So she knows how to curate and pick things
Artistry.
aquatically. You can be a good chooser, and that be your artistry as well. There's creators.
We'll go to
there's curators.
We'll go to a museum.
There's traders.
We'll go to a museum.
There's all kind of things.
Art gallery.
So
I like this show.
I appreciate that. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Oh man, take it away.
So as far as senior seminar go, that's kind of where we just open up a couple different current events, and we may talk about them, we may not. We just want you guys to know about it. And this week I've had a general theme because celebrities have been popping as far as getting their money on the long end. So in this week's senior seminar, we're going to kick it off with Whoopi Goldberg, who has decided to open up her own brand of bud. That's right, people. She's going to come out with her own dispensary products.
What is bud?
Marijuana.
Ah.
Oh, I guess I do. I have to quit assuming everybody knows the colloquialisms of where I'm at. So, hey, who knows what you call it where you're at.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Oh.
Anywho, culmination of a movement towards changing. I'm trying to see which part of the article I actually explicitly wanted to talk about. But Whoopi Goldberg's personalized brand of medicinal marijuana products has been trending on social media and remained a topic du jour on talk shows since it was first announced on Wednesday. The brand's arrival is a culmination of a movement towards changing the narrative on legal weed that has been building for years. Awesome, which is, I think her input in this situation would be, because the connotation of who uses marijuana is slowly but surely changing, and I think by her being so well known as far as being on The View And then us understanding the personality of Whoopi Goldberg, it helps to push the narrative that it's not just for, young people who want to use illicit drugs, or for a particular demographic, that everyone could kind of benefit.
Well, see, that's the thing. She's trying to take it away where you won't say it's illicit drugs. Like, it's just,
right.
It's there. I believe it's like people are getting new brands of weed. Like Wiz Khalifa has his own brand. He's sponsored by a weed company. Can you believe that?
I can.
Like, he's never got to buy weed ever again. He has his own strain. Is that how you say it? Strain or strand?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, gotcha. I'm not into the weed culture. So
I'm not going to make people believe that I am either. So I'm just going to keep going.
Whoopi, she's having her own brand. So you're right. The brand and weed will now extend. So it's not like your stoner cousin that's in the basement.
Exactly.
Now it's like this woman is on The View. Pretty soon we're going to have our own. We're going to have presidents.
You know,
hey, this is Obama bud. Straight
terrible.
From Hawaii. Seriously, I mean, hey, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I didn't like that. I'm like, no, we need to keep him up as upstanding as possible.
I mean, but that's the thing. Weed
totally
is,
taint the.
You can be upstanding and smoke weed now. I mean, hell, there's Whoopi Goldberg. She's a reputable person.
And hers is actually going to be explicitly used to treat menstrual cramps.
Oh goodness.
So I read there were going to be chocolates, tinctures, drinks, and ointments.
Ointments.
I don't know. I'm not supposed to know. I don't. But in whatever capacity, it will be able to treat menstrual cramps, and that will be the designation for her particular strand. Moving right along, and getting their money on the celebrity side. So these articles I pulled this week are like both encouraging and discouraging, because these are rich people who have not become complacent and are going to make themselves increasingly richer with these business ideas that they came out with, which should encourage you to not become financially complacent either. You should always be looking for avenues to create more income and work on that generational wealth thing. But it's like, dang, y'all ain't got enough money. Like, what us broke folks supposed to do when we finally get a hold of some coin? We ain't gonna be able to do none of our ideas because y'all done them already. But that was like me being in my shell by myself, annoyed and happy at the situation. But Lionsgate teams up with Kevin Hart for a streaming service, Laugh Out Loud. LOL. Good for you, Kevin. Basically, they're gonna join together, and the service will feature content from Lionsgate's vast library. And I'm reading this from Yahoo Finance, so I don't want to get hit with no plagiarism or nothing like that, because I'm reading the article. Created by comedian Kevin Hart. Outside of his feature films and touring projects, the red hot A-lister will put all of his efforts towards creating programming for the channel, which will include a new hidden camera series, in addition to shows and projects made by incoming comedians and social media personalities, in addition to a video game that it's actually going to be branded as a social adventure mobile game that gives players the ability to simulate the life of a comedian star with Hart as the mentor. Gamers will negotiate a virtual career that includes comedy tours, movie deals, and other business ventures. So through a game, he's going to teach you his business model, which is awfully generous of him. He's going to make his coin, because I'm sure there's going to be in-app purchases, but just the idea and the growth of this man and his career and him allowing us so much insight on what he's doing, I commend him and I thank him, and hopefully, we'll be able to take some of those concepts that we learned from dear Auntie Whoopi and cousin Kevin and use those in our own life. So definitely check out those articles. And then my last, because I have 3 for this topic, is our little sweet Michaela from Be Sweet Lemonade. So she actually is 11 years old and has actually locked down a $11 million contract with Whole Foods.
Excuse me?
Yes, like $1 million for each year she has been on this earth. Contract with Whole Foods, who is going to sell
some lemonade.
To sell some lemonade, but it's special lemonade. It's actually made.
What,
from
Whoopi was involved with this?
No, these are 3 separate stories, 3 separate business opportunities that have kind of grown.
Oh man, special lemonade.
No. Seriously, it is special. It's made out of flaxseed, other sweeteners that aren't sugar, and like honey and things like that. And she actually donates a portion of the proceeds to helping
save bees,
because the story is she was actually stung by 2 bees in a week when she was younger. And that made her hate bees and fear them. But in fear, you learn more about them. And she learned that they were slowly becoming extinct. So that made her want to create this business around the lemonade to actually help keep them a part of the environment, because they are significantly important to our ecosystem. So little Miss Michaela went on Shark Tank and asked for an initial $60,000 to start her company, and that's where she got the packaging and the branding. She was actually just selling lemonade out of a stand.
I sold Kool-Aid back in the day, and I ain't get a damn thing.
Well, you gotta have that business model behind you. Gotta get you on some good TV. And now she has grown from a little stand, from a little brand, to a little huge store, which is Whole Foods. Now
what is her grandmother getting for this? Because I heard it was her recipe. I saw this story.
It is her grandmother's recipe.
Yeah, is she getting some of that money?
I don't know if grandma's alive. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was.
I didn't know it was $11 million. I saw the little story on. It
was
Fox.
cute at first. Now it's like, hold up. Don't be hating on Michaela.
See, now I need to go back to that woman with them 2 kids and like, hey, y'all get out on the stroll now.
Let's turn these into somebody.
Let's make that money.
Are they photogenic?
Hey, they good looking. They mama good looking too. I might have to reconsider after
You might
the
have
day.
to reconsider. But if you as the stepdad make them famous, the real dad's going to come back in, and you don't have any parts of the coin anyway. So
it's a whole nother
she's going to go back to her ex with the money. Put a Kaylani on you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Anywho, those was the 3 senior seminar articles I had. But before we got off the radio, because we have a political scientist here with us, I wanted him to kind of break down this whole Superdelegate thing for us, for those who have been trying to pay attention or who have actually been paying attention. Do you mind, or?
I speak very briefly. I'll be succinct with it.
Yeah, we'll end the show with it.
Okay, well, with Superdelegates, you hear everybody's out here trying to win delegates in primaries in this presidential bid that everybody's going for. They're trying to win delegates or get superdelegates. Now, superdelegates are on the Democratic side. It's strictly on the Democratic side.
Okay, that's interesting.
GOP people have something what you wouldn't call them superdelegates, but they're around the same thing. But superdelegates are delegates that can't be won in a primary or a close or a caucus. So these people are already high-ranking members of the Democratic Party, and they can choose to go with whoever they want. So pretty much they go with an established candidate. So if you look at the current situation, you see that Miss Hillary Clinton has more superdelegates because she's been in the Democratic Party. She's been one of the Democratic Party's higher-ups for years. Mm-hmm. And now you have an outsider, Mr. Bernie Sanders, who's not really known. And so he's having a hard time getting superdelegates. So the good thing about that it's in Bernie Sanders' favor is that the superdelegates can change their mind all the way up into the convention. Okay. So superdelegates, they're there. Pledge delegates are regular delegates that they have to win in primaries and other contests such as caucuses and closed caucuses. So that's pretty much it. It's a very complicated thing, but it's not complicated as they get to make up their own mind whenever they want to and change it. So superdelegates.
All right. That's a little bit more knowledge than what I was looking at. I was looking at an article that was saying how the people, superdelegates in Alaska, weren't going to change their mind regardless of how well he does.
And that's the thing about it. It's not a slippery slope because once they make up their mind, they've made up their mind. They don't usually change. But Bernie's banking on them changing their mind by seeing his momentum and what you pretty much just brought up. And it's not, for me, as a political scientist, because, hey, I've got a degree now, I'm with that thinking, like, they're not changing their mind. They didn't change their mind with Mr. Barry Obama back in 2008. They were with him. Actually, if you look back at it, Hillary Clinton won more votes, but he had more delegates. He had more superdelegates. So that was a sore spot for her. I know she's very happy to have them now.
Well, if you want to know more about superdelegates, I encourage you to get on good old cousin Google. He usually knows something, a thing or two.
I like that guy.
I do too. When all the other family members are acting funny in real life, good old cousin Google won't take you through none of that. He'll just be like, "What's up, cuz? What you want to know?"
I tell you everything. You feeling lucky?
Yeah. Go for it. And we hope that our articles about these thriving businesses encourage some entrepreneurial.
$11 million for some lemonade.
You'd be surprised what we pay for these days. Kim Kardashian clocked in $80 million for her app. So,
what does she do? Like, I'm not gonna go there. She has no talent.
I'm just saying.
She has no talent.
You're astonished by $11 million for lemonade. There's $80 million for a game, an app. So hey, there's money to be made around here. You just have to think about ways you can use the amount of money you have to invest into those ideas. And we hope that those were encouraging for you and not depressing, like our good old friend over there. That's the show, people. We look forward to seeing you next week. Oh my God, I almost went the whole show without saying happy birthday to Miss G. So Miss G girl is celebrating another year of life this year, so I couldn't let the show go off without saying that to her. Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
We
love you, and we appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And that goes to Miss G girl as well as our audience. All right, you guys have a lovely night, and you stay smart.